Good evening and welcome to episode 35 of Game of Rugs. This one is possibly going to be called The One with the Chaos because my house has been in turmoil today and it has been impossible to record without the pitter-patter of 12 tiny feet. And by tiny, I mean some of those feet weigh 100 pounds. So it has been anything but quiet today. And this is actually my third attempt at recording this episode. So here we are. It is the beginning of the month. And I have purchased my monthly pack of 34,500 diamonds. So on the one hand, I'm feeling incredibly flush with currency and possibility. And my big challenge is not to spend all of it in 3 days. Not that that has ever happened. So that's the good news. The bad news is that somehow yesterday I managed to spend down all of my in-game dollar currency to a balance of 0. I actually had $0, which has never happened to me before. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I mean, okay, I know how that happened. It happened through completely and totally profligate spending. It was like somehow in my brain, it was going to be the first of the month and all my diamonds were going to be replenished. And then somehow magically all my cash was going to be replenished also. I genuinely don't know what I thought was going to be happening there. But the net result is that I have spent the last 24 hours submitting every room that I could get the stuff together for free and submitting them. So like I would not normally have done an outdoor room, but I was able to put this room together without spending any money, and so I submitted it for the $500, which I desperately needed. There have been some other interesting rooms that have gone in. This one, as you can see, well, first of all, by interesting, I mean terrible. There have been some terrible rooms that I have submitted. But I did get a bunch of purple art and decor for leveling up, so it made it easier to complete some of these rooms and get them in. I'm trying to see what else that's really embarrassing that I have submitted. I think this is one of the rooms that I submitted yesterday. Clearly I have no investment in scoring well in this room. I was literally there for the cash. And I think there was at least one other. I did sort of make an attempt with this one. I borrowed a couch to try to make it look less like an impoverished lobby hotel room from, pardon me, from the late 80s. So there was that. I mean, just so much of this is just embarrassing. But we shall see what we shall see. And I needed the money. God knows I've done worse things for less cash. This is due to the chaos in the house today. My second or possibly third attempt at filming. So I did open some scores earlier in the last recording that failed. So let us take a look at those. Modern in Oregon, to my genuine shock, got a 4.78, which I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. It's a nicely coordinated set of furniture. It's very bland and quite brown. And it also isn't really working with the gray and white of the challenge stage that we were given. So I am baffled by this. I am, however, very pleased that I got over a 4 because I really like this chair and I think it's going to be handy. All of these other rooms, black and white, was a very strong theme in this room. That is a nice job. Lots of these are nice or fine. I mean, I don't think any of these are gonna hit the cover of Architectural Digest. I feel like the standard for a 5 was quite low. This is not an unusual arrangement of furniture. It's a fairly regularly used set of blue furniture. It's quite popular with this blue and white art, or the this is the vertical version, and there are also those horizontal watercolors in blue and white, which are often used with this furniture. But I do just want to point out this rug. I call this rug in my head the murder rug, because if this blue were red, you know that what would have happened in this room is that somebody would have killed the interior decorator. So that's the murder rug. And it's fine. I get everybody loves it and uses it. I don't. So yeah, I mean, these rooms are nice. I actually prefer this one out of all of them. And look at these new level 80 floor decor pieces. They are nice. So that was Modern in Oregon. And then we went to Davao, and I was stunned by this 4.52. I was confident that this room was going to get over a 4, but I did not think that it was going to hit the mid 4s. I put this room together because the 2 chairs were the least expensive items that met the criteria for the room challenge. Everything else was in my inventory, and it was very easy to go with this colorway because I had just leveled up and I had all of this white and black and gold art at my disposal. So this room involved very little thought and mostly just putting together furniture that was the same color, much more so than designing. Sorry. What I did think that was interesting about this room is I do like rooms where the design of the top designs are very different. So we had that white room, this white room. Also, can we just talk about this for 1 second? You know how the other rug is the murder rug? And then the other day we had nipple flowers. And I just want to say that in my internal nomenclature for this game, I call these the cervix ottomans. And that's all. We can move on with our lives now. So that room was different. There's a blue one, like a navy one. It's so weird. It's just weird with the nautical theme, but okay. And this is nice with the orange art. But mostly I'm interested in the center column of these top designs, all of which are using that retro green that we talked about the other day. Here is top of Toronto. I like this room. It incorporates some of my favorite stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of my favorite stuff is super, super bland. I like this rug. I like any couch that goes with it. I like this coffee table and the end tables. And then I feel like the console table just goes with them. So I did not expect this to be an earth-shattering room. I'm happy with that score. I'm happy with the lamp that I won. And I am going to be honest, I don't feel like any of the rugs, any of the rooms that scored fives are outstanding. This is maybe the best one. It's the least dull. None of these rooms are exciting or adventurous. They're just not, it's just not happening for me. So I feel like my score is fine, and a lot of the other rooms that got five should possibly have gotten a score closer to mine. This one, however, I mean, I'm not like butthurt about it. I'm a little salty because, well, the other rooms are rooms that I put together to get the money and the prizes. I really worked on this room hard. I really liked this room. This room is filled with items that I particularly selected because I love them. I love this coffee table. I love the lamp next to the couch. It's my favorite couch right now. I love the way the rug looks with this flooring. I am all about these new ottomans. I think they're just beautiful and really different and really nice to look at. I like the bed, and I love the way the brass on the bottom of the bed complements the chandelier, and how both things work really well with the brass framed black and white art. And I can't think of anything that I would have changed in this room or anything that I would have liked better. I'm pretty happy with the coffee table there that I've won, but I am frustrated because all of these rooms are black and white. This is black and mint. It's a very nice room. This is black and white and orange, and it's fine. But none of these other rooms are particularly special or fantastic or markedly different than mine. Literally, the only thing that differentiates those rooms from my rooms is that every single one of those black and white rooms, except for one, used a black chandelier. So I genuinely feel like you know, I feel like I accidentally failed a room that I really liked by picking the wrong chandelier. So that's annoying. And this one other room has come in since I last tried to look at voting. Oh, okay, well, this chandelier didn't fail this room. I can't believe this room got a 4.73. It is remarkably ugly. I mean, I took the best furniture I had in my inventory to meet the challenge criteria and put together a cohesive room. I'm not pretending it's a dump room or that I didn't try, but I didn't try very hard. I didn't go out and shop for items I knew would be better. I didn't buy a new rug that I knew would be better. This is just sort of really, really surprising to me. And sometimes you look at ugly rooms and you're like, well, maybe it's not to my taste, but maybe it is a good room and I just don't recognize that. I'm very confident that this is not one of those cases. This is a not very good room that somehow got a really good score. So I am curious what the rooms that did get good scores looked like. Okay, I mean, I think that's better. That's definitely better than mine. The rug's a bit intense. That's, on par with mine. This is coral, and I just can't talk about coral anymore. I'm exhausted by it. This is, it has blue and brown striped chairs, and a lot of brown stuff in this room. I really love this art. Nice job there. A lot of nice pieces in this room for this brown and blue theme. So I can see why that did well. This is a nice room. I might have used just the gray rug instead of the gray and yellow rug. It's a little overwhelming, but the pieces here are really good selections. Like that side table with these very traditional chairs and this very traditional couch. And look at that Jamie Young table. And I even love this. So with the art, it's a good room. I personally am questioning the rug, but I obviously do not know anything about what I'm talking about. And I like that room too. So what I'm saying is that many of the 5-star rooms are genuinely very, very good rooms, and mine is not, and the score is way too high. So, we looked at some of the rooms I have submitted in a frenzy of desperation to accumulate cash, having somehow mysteriously spent all of mine. A series of results which are strange because the two rooms that I like the least, this 4.78 and this 4.73, scored the highest, where the room I like the best scored the least highest. So, clearly I know nothing about decorating. As somebody pointed out to me the other day, anything over a 4 is a win. So that is a good way to see that. And the only other thing going on in my design home life is that I am working on this room. It's going to take some more work. But I am looking forward to using up some of that deco stuff. So that is where I am at the beginning of this month, and thank you very much for hanging out with me. I I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the scores that have come in. I hope you guys got good scores and are enjoying the freedom of these challenges outside of the design packs, which is just such a refreshing change. Um, if you enjoyed this episode, I would love a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing further episodes, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So please feel free to join. That would be great. And this room looks fun, so I'm going to go amuse myself putting something together, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.